We are very close to an inflection point as a society when it comes to menstruation. While there are millions of women in developing countries who still do not have access to pads, there are a growing number of organizations focusing on increasing awareness around menstrual hygiene management and creating sustainable distribution channels to increase the product access. From rural Maharashtra to semi-urban Kathmandu, our research shows that more girls have received some form of menstrual education or awareness sessions. Non-profits, large multinationals and social enterprises are relentlessly reaching out to remote areas to remove taboos around menstruation. At the same time, there exists a gap. There are either very well-known multinational brands that produce sanitary pads centrally using high-speed machines, or there are very small-scale manually run manufacturing units. So how do you decide what is the best machine for you? Large-scale production units are very expensive to set up and need to rely on a very strong distribution network and advertising budgets to be able to sell close to 1 million pads every day. Also, since the distribution chain is long, the distributor margins and logistics increase the cost of sanitary pads by almost 60%. Small-scale manually run or semi-automatic machines are low cost. But due to low speeds and manual intervention, the cost of production is very high, which makes these units financially unviable. Also, the quality of sanitary pads produced is usually poor and inconsistent. This makes it very difficult for NGOs and self-help groups to keep the production units functional once their initial funds are exhausted. Let's look at mid-scale decentralized production units. To keep the production costs low, product quality consistent and comparable to multinational brands, there is a need of automation and speed. Production speeds between 5 to 30 pads per minute are ideal for keeping production costs low, as well as it doesn't need the entrepreneur or the NGO to have a huge distribution network. Medium range speeds help keeping the cost of machine low and also allow to serve the demand of 10,000 to 50,000 women. We at Saral Designs have a range of these machines with varying speeds and options of customizing the sanitary pads as per local requirements. So how do you start your sanitary napkin making business? Let's look at the process of raising funds. If you're looking to raise funds for your business, then there are several loan schemes in India available, like the Stand Up India Loan Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program, that allow you to take loans between 35 lakh to 1 crore rupees from nationalized banks. There are also small loans like Mudra loan up to rupees 10 lakhs, where the process is a little faster. Sanitary napkins fall under the category of technical textiles in India, so as of 2019, they do not require any FDA approvals. Once your pad is made, you can send samples to any NABL accredited lab to give you a certificate of compliance against BIS standards. For setting up production, licenses may depend on your local government. Shops and establishment license, electricity and fire safety compliances will have to be met. One shift of production does not involve more than 6 to 9 people in the production unit, so you may not require a factory license or ESIC compliance as long as your staff strength is less than 10 workers. As your production shifts increase and you plan to set up more than one manufacturing unit, you can apply for these licenses. For running the production, you'll require 2 skilled people on the machine and 4 to 6 people for folding and packaging of the finished goods. Depending on the type of the mid-scale machine that you choose, you will need 1000 to 3000 square feet of area. The production area typically needs less than 500 square feet, but the sanitary pads and raw materials are bulky, so need clean and dry large storage spaces. Since these machines are pneumatically run, air compressor and air dryer will be required. Voltage stabilizer, generator or inverter are also good to have in areas where electricity is irregular. Typically, raw materials like airlaid paper, wood pulp, tissue with sap, PE films, glue and release papers are used for making sanitary napkins. Identifying your target audience is the first step. Depending on the age group and location of where your target beneficiaries or customers are, one can develop a communications and sales strategy. In urban areas, one can look at retail distribution through medical shops, general stores, online sales and modern retail. In rural areas, utilizing existing groups like self-help groups, healthcare workers, schools and hospitals can be a great way to reach out to women who do not have access to retail stores in their vicinity. Women networks also play an important role in driving conversations around menstrual health and increase awareness about hygiene products. Before you start your sales, do register your brand for trademark. Packaging requirements are also specified under BIS standards, so make sure that your design is appropriate. You may also register yourself for barcode in case of sales through modern retail. Also be sure to research about trade terms in your target geography, which not only include retailer and distributor margins but also credit terms, offers and schemes for similar products. Credit terms are important for planning your cash flow. Also, there is high default rate in certain geographies, so do explore options like cash and carry with your distributor and retailer. With that, you're all set to start your sanitary napkin business. For any other assistance, we'll be very happy to help you, so feel free to contact us. Thank you.